Composite bonding can be a great way to improve your smile, but is it really all that it's hyped up to be? It's a straightforward procedure, yes, but there are definitely some downsides that you might start to regret, and they can be expensive regrets. I'm Dr. Conor, and I see loads of patients all the time who have had composite bonding or are thinking of getting it, but once they hear the potential things that can go wrong with it, doesn't seem like such a good idea. So what exactly are those downsides, and why aren't more people talking about it? As a dentist, I've seen countless cases where patients wished they had known the full story. Today, I'm diving into the topic of composite bonding, making sure you know everything you need to ask your dentist before you start. If you've ever been to the dentist and had a cavity filled and the dentist used a white filling material, that is composite bonding. But the difference here when it's on front teeth is that there's no decay, there's no cavity that's in the tooth beforehand, and we're only adding material to the tooth to allow us to change the shape or change the color of the tooth. So that means that there's going to be no drilling on the tooth and no injections. Great. Or is it? Composite is a great material, but it definitely has its drawbacks. And when it comes to cosmetic dentistry, porcelain is a material that has been used for years, and that's because it's so good at recreating the natural appearance of teeth. Composite can also be good at recreating tooth after a lot of polishing and a lot of shaping and a bit more polishing, but then over the course of weeks and over the course of months, that shine will start to fade. And composite isn't as strong as porcelain. And while you can break a porcelain veneer, it's much easier to break composite, particularly when it's on your front teeth. And that's why it's so important to avoid biting anything with your front teeth after you've had either treatment. And composite, because it has this lower strength than both porcelain and your own enamel, that means that it can chip and it can break. It'll also discolor over time, and it probably will need to be replaced faster than what a porcelain veneer would. So this is the main point here with composite bonding, and it's something that a lot of dentists will gloss over very quickly. These composites require a lot of maintenance. That's extra polishing, little repairs if they chip and if they break. But it's not all doom and gloom for composite bonding. The biggest advantage is that it's minimally invasive. And this is a big buzz in recent years in the dental industry. This essentially is a philosophy in dentistry where dentists will try to prioritize saving healthy tooth structure whenever possible. So composite as a material and the actual procedure of composite bonding serves that philosophy extremely well. There's also the benefit of them being cheaper than other cosmetic treatments. And I think it can be a good indicator or a way to dip your toes into the world of cosmetic dentistry, because composite bonding is entirely reversible. If you don't like it, you can just remove it. But if you've gone for porcelain veneers, well, you're kind of stuck with them. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these triangles before, but I think it applies really well to composite bonding and a lot of other treatments as well in dentistry. For composite bonding to work well, it has to be done by someone who really knows what they're doing. Looking back at this triangle, generally speaking, you can have only two sides of the triangle. So for example, if you want something done that's cheap and quick, you better expect a lower level of quality. And so if we try and apply that to composite bonding, if you want something done that's of good quality and that's cost effective, something that we all want, you're going to have to invest more time. And that isn't necessarily treatment time, but consider all the times that you may have to go back to the dentist to get them polished again, or get them adjusted, or get any repairs if they chip or if they break. Those are all things to be considered in that treatment option. So what other options are available? If we want to focus on things that are minimally invasive, then there's nothing more minimally invasive than getting braces. With braces, you're not changing the shape or the color of the teeth in any way, but quite often you will be so shocked by how much of an improvement you can see from just having the teeth aligned. This then can also be combined with teeth whitening. The combination of bleaching teeth and straight teeth is so powerful, it definitely should not be underestimated. Next on this list, you might be thinking of something like porcelain veneers or crowns if you need them. And while these will look better and they will stand up to everyday life better than what composite will, they are much more expensive. And that's not just financially more expensive, they are also biologically more expensive because you're going to be losing tooth as well. And these will also have to be replaced eventually, and that's going to be an extra cost. So if you find this video useful, YouTube thinks that you might like this one next.